Welcome to Defining the Reality, episode 6.
Are we at 6 episodes?
I'm so proud of us. Look at us go.
Wow.
6, and soon it'll be 600.
Just a few short 594 episodes away.
We're ready. I mean, a lot last week. There is a lot happening, I guess. Why don't we just throw in with the Oscars since that was yesterday and we brought it up. So I was watching it from the beginning and then I was also scrolling threads and I was like, this is going to be a whole thing because it was a lot of white people winning. And then Beyonce's internet was like, what are we doing here? And I was like, for the love of God, Sinners needs to win. It was such a good movie. And I didn't even know, I didn't know there was a Frankenstein. I heard that was good.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know, I hadn't heard of these other movies, but I had heard of Sinners. And I was like, this movie needs to win. And so when Michael B. Jordan did win, it was very exciting.
It was so sweet. And did you see he went to In-N-Out right afterwards?
I did see that. I loved that. I was like, is that the one off Burbank?
It's probably the one. It was probably the one by Universal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's so LA to be like,
eating
which
a
one was
double
that?
and looking over.
And Michael B. Jordan's smile.
I
Love that. But
Yeah,
I think,
it was beautiful.
did you see the music part when they play? And you're like, this is just so good.
There's a lot of people saying that it needs to get turned into a Broadway show, and full-heartedly agree. I think it would be really powerful as a Broadway show, but I do love the arts. So
We love the arts. Here we are loving the arts. And I was just really happy. I feel like I watched it, but I closed my eyes at some parts because I hate scary movies, and it was scary. But the themes and the music are just phenomenal. So highly recommend. Unless you don't like scary movies, then maybe just read the transcript.
Yeah, just read the thought pieces. There's a lot of really great think
There
pieces. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought there were some great dresses. You were correct. I don't know if you said it on the episode last week or not, that you feel like music, they say a lot more about the issues going on. And you were kind of right. There was a couple things that were said, but for the most part, people just kind of lightly gestured towards the times. I thought it was pretty oh, we're going to just do this for tonight and not think about much other stuff going on. Moving on,
We have a lot to get through.
we had Beverly Hills this week, and we finally got to hear a little bit more about Amanda's cult. What did you think about that?
Okay, so I thought it was really interesting because what she was describing was, very familiar to the extent of the ministry I was part of. There are pieces that I feel like hers were more intense than my experience. And I don't necessarily call my experience from a cult. I say ministry, but I felt like it was what she was describing was relatable. And then the women's reaction being like, oh, I thought a cult was just some crazy, Charles Manson killing thing. And I was like, oh, there's such a lack of understanding about what cults or high control religion, what that is.
That's why, it really does tie into the cultural moment we're in currently, because so many people are looking at this it's politics that's happening in our country right now, but the high control groupthink that is happening and the ways that there are people in our government right now utilizing cult tactics, it really is a totally different world than so many people have been a part of, which is why so much of what's going on right now, if you experience any sort of religious trauma or religious abuse or authoritarian religion across the spectrum of religions, it's so triggering every single day, because you're I left that religion, but now it's just everywhere. It's the air you breathe. So it was it was a very good picture of what's going on right now and why people think so differently about how we need to be commentating and attacking the current moment, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, uh, and I feel like it actually in that moment I found Amanda likable again because
Same.
she was saying something relatable, maybe because it's relatable to us, maybe someone else who doesn't relate would just see that as like her making it about her, type of thing. But what was hilarious was
Instantly unlikable again.
instantly unlikable again because they said, "What are you doing?" the next morning. She said, "Writing my book about this," because she realized it's a good book idea. And I was like, okay, I mean, get your bag. I don't know. Like,
She's getting so many bags.
she's getting a lot of bags. And
Well,
I was like, of course she would. And also, it's just her thing, you know?
there's also like a phenomenon called cult hopping.
Cult
That-
hopping?
And on the other podcast that I do, we had Danielle Mestinek. She's like the knitting cult lady on Instagram and TikTok. I don't know if you've seen her,
No.
but she's a cult scholar from Harvard. And she talked about the fact that people will often jump from like high control space to high control space because like that's what their nervous systems are used to. And it feels like Amanda just like created her own version of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. It makes sense because I want someone to say that to her because I'm so curious what she would say in response to that. If she has any
seems
kind
like
of awareness.
Bose is going to.
Yeah.
It feels like she's tiptoeing there.
Yeah, I know. It also was kind of funny because I feel like when you try to explain the ministry stuff that you came from to people with no background in it, that table is a little bit of like what it feels like, I think, and then why you become so connected so quickly, like trauma bonding to people who do have similar backgrounds, because you instantly understand each other.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain the weird things that we were raised in. Like, like what are they? The like Halloween, like hell rooms.
Oh yeah, hell houses.
Hell houses. It's like when
Like
you try
we
to
went
explain
into
that
a
to someone
simulation of hell because we weren't allowed to go trick-or-treating
at the Harvest Festival.
at the Harvest Festival, which is by far more insane and dark than just going trick-or-treating dressed as like
As Bible characters,
Yeah.
you couldn't dress up, or you had to be a Bible character.
yeah, I had to be an angel. My mom made me be an angel like
in hell.
5 years in a row because that was the only thing I was
You were a
allowed.
fallen angel.
I was, yeah, rebellious. How about Kathy Hilton's comment to Amanda when she said, "Sometimes you just need to sit down and know your place," or be. What does she say?
She
Be quiet and know
said
your
something like, "You need to read the room."
Read the room and know your place.
Yeah, I mean that has to feel interesting to have Kathy Hilton say that to you.
Like
Who was it?
a
I was
woman who
watching-
leads an empire tells you to read the room. I wish I could tell so many people that.
Just get it out of your system right now. Read the room.
Read the room.
Could everyone
Read
just
the room.
read the room and do better?
Do better.
No, I think too. I was watching. Do you watch the after shows?
Sometimes.
This is how deep I am. I always watch the after shows.
Really?
Yes.
Of all the shows or just Housewives?
Well, I guess like the ones we're talking about are the ones I'm really watching right now. So I watched Southern Charm and Real Housewives. There isn't a Summer House one, which makes me sad. So in the after show, they were saying, or was it on Watch What Happens? I'm not sure. But Jennifer Tilly was saying that Kathy Hilton was like saying she loves being a friend of, because you can just kind of like tiptoe out of the room when drama starts. Like you don't have to really be a part of it. You just get to do the fun things. She was like, so it was actually really interesting that Kathy jumped in at that moment, because she's very much made it like a part of her, like how she exists in the show is to not be a part of the drama. So she's like, it was annoying the crap out of Kathy basically if she said something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. She must hate Amanda.
Yeah. But also, what did you feel about Dorit? Like what
She's annoying me. I feel like she's
bothering
annoying me
too.
I mean, I think again, like she is similar to Amanda. She just doesn't see it. And I was like team defending Dorit, but I find her incredibly entitled and annoying, if I'm honest. I know, like, that's probably not as popular an opinion, but
we're not here to be popular.
Fun.
We're not trying to be popular.
Yeah, that's why I'm a reality TV podcast. but like again, like I don't know. There's Ladies of London is like this new or reboot franchise. Yeah. And they're so funny and entertaining and crazy and diverse in nature.
Yeah.
Of like how like their histories and backgrounds or whatever. And I just think that these women like Dorit, like they're boring and annoying and kind of angry, but for no real reason. And it's getting, I was just like, this is boring and not really fun to watch anymore.
I would love to watch like Rachel Zoe and Jennifer Tilly and Bose continue forward. And I think it's time to cycle out like Kyle and Dorit. Honestly.
It's sorry, guys.
Sorry.
You can come on our podcast though.
You're welcome to come talk about it with us if you would like.
We would love the tea. Speaking of the tea, I did DM Whitner from Southern Charm.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I DM'd him and asked him to come on the show. And he's unsure if his contract will be renewed, so he's waiting on that. And I said, fair enough, because we talk politics.
This is true. This is true. So we've DM'd Whitner. But honestly, I'm so curious what is going to happen at the reunion.
Me too.
Have you watched the, like...
Yeah, Craig walks off, gets
and
angry.
It seems like Whitner actually, like...
Says something.
So I hope you did, Whitner.
Yeah. And then I hope you can come on here
and talk
about us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same stuff. Also, these storylines are frankly boring. Shep did not have a storyline this entire season. The man is, not to be ageist, but aging out of the show, possibly.
You know how last week we were talking about how, like, if Whitney was like an old curmudgeon, I feel bad saying old, but like curmudgeonly funny, like they banter with each other.
Yeah,
is that the right word?
Be fun.
It would be better. I feel like that's what Shep is. Like he's not curmudgeonly. Is that the right word?
I think like he just needs a storyline. I was just thinking about this. Like, let's say Shep wasn't on next season. Mm-hmm. That would be the first season of the entire show that he was not on. And I do feel like it would be a little weird. It's kind of, I guess, when Cameron left. Because she was like,
I think Shep is becoming like the weird, like, guru of the group.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what that journey looks like for him. It's interesting. He's now, like, one thing he did say is that he kind of wants to have kids now. Like he
did say that?
Yeah.
I
think he did, like, on the episode.
I wonder if he'll ever settle down.
Or maybe he said that on the after show. But it seems like he's thinking about that more. So maybe, I mean, when is too late to settle down? I don't know.
Well, I was just thinking, like, okay, like how old is Shep? Let's search this.
Why do I think he's in his, like, for some reason I thought he was like mid to late 50s.
He's 40.
This is totally different. Is he like 41?
He's 46.
Okay.
Mid to late 50s. He's almost 60. Oh, man.
Sorry,
that's really
Shep.
funny. Sorry, Shep. It's just you've been on the show so long.
It's been so long.
He's like older than you when he started the show.
Yeah.
He must
be. Well, no.
Yeah.
How many seasons are we in now? 14?
Is it 14?
Was it 11? I don't know. Anyways, you already mentioned Ladies of London, and I'm obsessed. I binged it after our last call.
Okay. I don't know how to describe it to people who haven't watched it other than, like, I do feel like people are saying it's like Salt Lake City in the way that it's like chaos from the start.
And like campy. It's campy, like,
yeah, but it's also like not a chaos of like criminals. Like, I don't know, like, you know, like there's always like crime on Salt Lake City or like something really, it's like they're just these wealthy British, quirky. It's
like a socialite chaos.
And then there are people who are part of the, what is it called? Like the
royal family.
Yeah, but they were giving like the
Monarchy, I don't know,
different
titles.
they were giving titles, and I was like, this is crazy because this is how this country operates.
Yeah.
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 And
I love it. The chick, is it it's not Margot.
Martha.
Is Martha the one that's like got the bird?
Quirky. Yes. I think it is. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she is Sonia Morgan.
Yeah, that's what I know. She really is. Yes.
But more iconic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sonia.
She is a very funny. They all have really eccentric histories. Like their lives are very interesting. And then Mark Francis. I actually used to watch the show. I was in YWAM, which is a Christian ministry, you guys. And I was in another country, and I was watching this show called Made in Chelsea. And it was like the British version of The Hills. And then Stephanie Pratt actually got on that show for a couple seasons. And Mark Francis was one of the main characters. So I actually knew who he was from that show.
Did you like him on that show?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a very wealthy gay socialite, and he's very fun to watch.
Okay.
And the way he talks is authentically like that. Like, it's very...
Episode 2. So we're 3 episodes in. We're almost 4. So when people hear this, it'll be episode 4. Yeah. Episode 2, they're sitting at a table, and Dara is toasting to how these are all self-made entrepreneurs, and his face was so funny. They're looking around and they're just like, literally not one of us is self-made. We all come from like titles and old money and do like nothing.
Right. And that was funny. I was thinking like, oh, in the US we're very proud of being self-made. Like even Kylie Jenner won something for being self-made. And you're like, that woman is not self-made. But like we hold it to high standard, where their high standard there is being born into elitist class, which is so different.
Yeah. And I also think there's like an individualism, like so American of Dara. Just like, also the way she talked, I'm kind of glad she quit. I think she would have been chaotic, but the way she talked about, she kind of brought like the Salt Lake vibes, actually.
She did bring, but
some
it would have
stuff.
been, I feel like we wouldn't have liked watching her either, which the irony being like she was one of the American ones.
The public figure. She kept talking about how like Micah is not a public facing figure. So she doesn't know what it's like. And if she was a public facing figure,
She's giving Amanda,
but she's also giving like hints of Jen Shaw, maybe just the madam.
Oh, because
accusations.
Well, because she didn't say any definitive statements about anything.
Like what she does or how she makes her money.
It was just all very vague. And then, but I was dying. So Johnna hadn't watched the show yet. And I'm like, Johnna, you need to watch the show. And Dara literally quits on the show and says, I think I need to quit this TV show. Like the fourth wall was broken through. Like she literally was
just
talking about it
cut,
being
like Dorinda said clip, but she was saying it to like the room, and everyone's looking around like, what is happening?
It was so weird. Yeah, it was.
So
I was like,
weird.
And then I texted Johnna right after I saw that and was like, you have to watch this show.
I'm so glad that you had me watch it, because I actually think it's like going to be one of the better Housewives.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Beverly Hills. It's like I don't even fully finish some of Beverly Hills episodes. Confession.
I have to fast forward through some parts. I've been speaking of, I have also been fast forwarding through the Taylor Frankie Paul parts of Secret Lives.
So I'm only on episode 3, and I think because I think it's sad. Like the episode where she is talking, she calls Dakota asking if he enjoyed cheating on her, basically. Like, and she's asking about the sex and like details. And I was like, my heart broke for her, because she's coming across crazy. She's coming across controlling, but I understand woman to woman how like you can feel crazy in a really toxic relationship, and you start saying and doing things that are just like, it's so erratic.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like when you're with someone who's toxic and you're toxic, you produce this kind of insanity. And that made me sad because you're like, there's no way for her to get out of it other than like extensive therapy and truly walking away from that relationship, which I don't think she'll do.
I'm annoyed that she's the Bachelorette. I'm still gonna watch it because we're gonna have to commentate on it. I think. I think we just have to. But yeah, like I'm just kind of over the whole thing. Like it's not fun to watch.
No, it looks like it's like harming her. Like you're actively watching that and it's too intense.
This is also kind of bugging me. Miranda, I like her a lot this season. Like she comes across really likable.
Yeah.
And then like her ex-husband actually comes across pretty likable.
Yeah,
Chase.
well, and on social media too, they're both likable because they like play off each other. Like Chase is obsessed with her, but like she's like, you're my brother, you're my friend, or whatever. And then Chase is also really outspoken about. He's like Wes when it comes to what's going on in the U.S.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chase speaks out a lot, like in the
and
very
isn't
similar
Chase
way.
Miranda's ex-husband, right?
Yes. So people really like them on the internet, and then this is how it plays. Like they're very likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it like made me so sad for Miranda that like there's like this storyline that Chase wants to get with Taylor, and
I didn't like that.
That broke up their marriage, and like all of that is just it's becoming like I don't know if there's going to be another season of Secret Lives.
Well, I think well today it came out that they halted filming because there was such a bad fight between Taylor and Dakota.
That the police were called again is what that Instagram post
Yeah, and then I just sent to you right before this was what was it? I can't remember.
Said that they like got back together and that she didn't leave
that she didn't end up with anyone on The Bachelorette. And you're like, we could have all foresaw this. Like she was not. They should have chose Miranda for The Bachelorette. She would have been such a good Bachelorette.
They should have. It was, and there's like a lot of stuff on the internet right now of people feeling like uncomfortable, like ABC like took advantage of Taylor Frankie Paul's like unstable like mental state and was like, this will be good TV.
Yeah, probably.
And it will probably be chaotic television. I don't know. I'm so like, there's just so many parts of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives right now. That's like a tongue twister that are not like last season. I enjoyed watching this season so far, 3 episodes in. I'm like forcing myself to watch it at this point.
Well,
it feels
also
uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. None of us want to see dad talk like Jordan. I don't mind seeing it a little bit, but this emphasis, they're also really corny and you're like, this isn't cool. Like,
it's so Jordan in particular is so toxic, like such a toxic human being. Him wearing the dad talk shirt to the villa.
I know there's, the whole villa storyline too was so I mean, yeah, the show's, it's just pretty toxic. These are people with children, not that like, if you don't have children, it's still toxic. It's like, right. You know, either way,
there's
whatever.
Just like other people that aren't willing can't be willing participants that are stuck in this too.
Yeah.
I will say I did enjoy Demi and her husband singing.
The way the producers were like, no, we need to show the entire thing. Do not cut this.
Song.
We're going to show the whole song.
And she just keeps giving him notes, but she's so flat.
She's so
like,
bad.
He actually sounded pretty good.
Yeah, and she was like, maybe do this, maybe do that. You should do that. And I was like...
She started that whole scene being like, maybe launching my next career. Is what she said.
I love it. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be so many memes when they're going me or whatever.
I saw somebody tweeted, whatever we're calling it, the like a still from Step Brothers when Adam Scott and why can't I think of her name? She's so awesome. She's the sister-in-law on Step Brothers. Are like singing, they're warming up in the car with their family.
Yeah.
And they were like live footage of Demi and her husband on the way.
That's really funny. No, that's similar. Oh, I do want to say that I think Jen, she's clearly deconstructing her religion, and I just feel like that must be pretty isolating feeling to be deconstructing Mormonism. Like, just because it's, I think, well, back to the Amanda thing, like, it's kind of like leaving a cult. Or, so, you know, there's certainly similarities depending on which Mormon church you attend, probably, the way that, yeah.
And I am also like Whitney and Connor. I actually really like them this season, and I really didn't like her until this season. So I'm like, did she just become more confident in who she is? Did she learn what is going to read well on camera or not? Like, she's a few seasons in. But Connor is like, seems like such a great husband. And then the juxtaposition between like him and Zach and the way that they're like moving through the world with wives that are successful is just really interesting to see. Like, you can tell when someone's jealous or doesn't like when their wife is like growing and in the spotlight. And
I did see something funny that was like, I thought that Whitney and her husband were in a lavender marriage, and then I just realized that her husband is nice.
How sad is that?
Yeah, I mean, that was like a storyline. Like, it's true. I mean, he's just
the
a
internet
nice
has
guy.
a lot of rumors, but he does just seem like a nice guy.
Seems like a nice guy. I know.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm also on episode 3, so who knows what we're going to be saying next week. But
I know. I guess we have to power through. I'm like, oh, shoot, we have to power through this reality TV show. What hard work we're doing.
Saying something, though, too, because we both love reality television.
I know,
and if we
and
feel
I'm
like
like
that about Beverly Hills and Secret Lives, I think we're the target audience, so that means that something's not jiving.
But you and I, do you watch Love is Blind?
I have, and I kind of want to watch it again because I found out there's a way you can watch it where you watch it on like incognito mode or something, so you can't see the people, and then it turns on when they see each other. So it's like basically you're just listening to the conversations. And then you see
it like a podcast kind of?
I think it's a setting on Netflix. I was reading.
Oh, interesting.
But then I've also heard people like cover their TVs and do it with it. And I think that would be kind of interesting. I'd like to know what my thoughts are without seeing them at all and just hearing the commentary and conversations. Yeah. So I might try it again. Are you watching it?
I watched it during COVID, and then I think I watched one season after that. And I just kind of forgot about it, but people are obsessed with it, and it's very much like people love talking about it. So I'm like, maybe I'll watch it just to like be included.
We have FOMO with Love is Blind.
FOMO. Everyone, it's like, yeah,
we just
we're reality
need more
TV
Nick
fans.
Lachey on our TV.
I have a friend here whose cousin is Nick Lachey.
Hey, Nick.
And she's, we're always like, did he show up to family thing or?
Yeah. How was Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Okay.
Summer House. Yeah. The reigning king/queen of Bravo currently. I freaking love this season of Summer House. I could watch it like the way that I watch Love Island. I could watch it every single night.
Yeah. And you know, what do you think about, someone said, okay, like we love Paige, but her not being in this season has kind of opted for more personalities of people doing things rather than like hanging out in bed, which I'm a big proponent of hanging out in bed, but I do think that's true.
I agree. Fully agree. I think it's been really good for the show. And I think she knew that too. Like she couldn't.
Yeah, she probably would agree.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I have a feeling she would though. I'm obsessed with this season. I love the newbies. Little like group talk with each other while Ben and Bailey were in the room, and Mia walked out and they were like, you have tea. Like them giggling together was so great. And like everything I have wanted that for Sierra for a while. I feel like even Lindsay's friend who like just wasn't on this season and disappeared. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, but we all know I'm really bad with names.
Okay.
But I know who you're talking about.
But it's sad that we don't know her name because she was on like 4 seasons, but I don't remember her name because she never really had a real storyline outside of Lindsay. And I wanted, like, I always want people of color or Black cast members on predominantly white casts to like have people who understand their lived experience.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it feels like we're finally getting that. And the Summer House cast is like toxic, but not toxic in the same way as like Southern Charm.
No.
So
Yeah.
I
And then
love
did
it.
you see Sierra on Carl's podcast?
Yes.
And I feel like that was really powerful. I feel like Carl's very good at interviewing people. And so he had her on and she talked about being a Black woman in a predominantly white space and her experience with that.
She talked about Vanita too.
Talked about Vanita. She also talked about mental health, medication. Like it was really eye-opening, I feel like, and helpful for the audience. And I was just like grateful that she would like felt comfortable enough to share that. Yeah, and then obviously we saw like when she posted at the Oscars yesterday, and West was like, what did he say? Hottie?
He said,
Freaking
"Holy
hot.
frick."
Holy frick. Holy frick.
They're so cute. I want them to be dating.
Are they dating?
I can't tell. People are saying no, but I want them
But maybe
to
they
be.
will now.
Maybe they will. Maybe they're seeing it unfold and being like,
Can you imagine how cute that is? Only if it works out. But like cute
Yeah.
seeing like you with a guy and all the flirty
Yeah.
stuff. But that would only be cute if you do end up with them, I feel like. Or if you don't like them and you don't care. But like, you know, and then they end up together. That'd be really cute.
it would be. There was a very polarizing conversation around Summer House this week, though. And it specifically had to do with Ben and Bailey.
Okay.
And the comment she made at dinner about him wanting to sleep with Amanda at their birthday dinner.
Oh.
And he confronted her about that in the bedroom, which sounds weirder than it is. Well, I don't know, actually. I thought it was weird. So the internet is very divided. And
Okay.
by divided, I mean like white women predominantly are being like, that was really weird and aggressive of Ben. And then like a lot of Black women are like, this is why white women are problematic. And I will say, I feel like I kind of lean in both of those camps. I think Bailey made a dumb comment. Like, I don't think it was the time or the place to make the joke.
What was the joke?
She said, like, she made a joke about Ben wanting to sleep with Amanda while they were all giving her compliments for her birthday.
Got it.
So he was like, he said something hilarious with the guys, like she's making jokes about like me wanting to F my friend's missus or something, and the guys were like crying laughing when he said that. But he went in and he was like, is there more going on? Like, just the vibes of him were like, it was just so elevated compared to what it needed to be in my experience. Like, that's how I experienced it. But then a lot of people were like, no, he did the appropriate thing. Like, she was out of line and she needed to just own it. I think both are true. I think he drank too much and he was like escalated and elevated in a way that was not needed. And I think she made a dumb comment. But truly, at the end of the day, the way I really feel is he should have nipped it in the bud in the moment, or just let it die and said something the next day, because at the end of the day, it was Amanda's birthday. And what are we talking about? Their dumb drama. What were the people talking about on the dance floor? They were laughing and still making the best of it, but their dumb drama. And he should have not main charactered himself.
Okay, but I did want to say, Jesse, he is going on tour for his music. And his music video, have you seen it?
Yeah, you sent me it.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed
it. It's like
it.
the camera is on the ground and he just put play, and it's like wide angle and it's just like on a puddle and him singing. And I was like, phenomenal work. Really advanced editing going on here. I was like, you could have had AI produce something probably better.
The song is also a masterpiece.
Yeah. Someone said we encouraged him too much, that he had a good voice.
Yes, too much audacity.
Yeah.
Rein it in. We gotta humble you.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's great. Like, it was
Let him do
probably
his
he
thing.
probably killed in his high school choir. Just crushed. He did a really good job in the school musicals.
Yeah. And now here he is. I wish I had the confidence of a reality TV cast member.
I had the confidence of like most dudes in general. I'm just like, how are you like how?
I know.
How?
Maybe that could be our goal. Well,
to have just like a slightly more audacity. I would love that. Yeah.
What is this Threads thing that you sent?
Okay, so there is this is it the glam bot?
No, it's Daytime Crush Wilson. West, it's not a Daytime Crush Wilson. We just love Wes and Sierra.
I love them so much. Did you see the glam bot I sent you though? I had never seen that before. So it's Sutton Strack, or what's her Sutton Brown now.
Oh yeah.
She apparently is from like the People's Choice Awards like 2 years ago. I've never seen it. You need to watch it.
I need to watch. She's probably, is it awkward?
You should just watch it real quick.
Okay.
And maybe we should put it on.
Okay.
It's just so
Oh no. No, oh no. We absolutely have to. Oh my God, what is she doing? Yeah, we need to put this clip on here for sure.
I was like, how have I never seen this? Were we talking about wanting to do glam bots? We were literally talking about that.
She is so
last
that
week.
Is so bad. No,
I don't know if she's
so
like trying to joke. She has to be, but I was cracking up. It's just the
so
most
like her.
Sutton.
Let me put a note here. We definitely are adding that. That's really funny.
Okay, so I was thinking about like what reality do we want to talk about this week in the real world? And to be honest, do we really want to talk about anything in the real world? I don't know.
Nope.
That's exactly how I was feeling coming into this.
No, I think
like,
all day long I did yesterday, and then I watched the Oscars and was like, I love this fake little world, and I love seeing Michael him at In and Out, and that's my real world today.
We're just tunnel visioning onto reality television.
Yeah, I love that.
I think we might have some interesting like news updates next week that we can chat about, but for this week I think we just all needed a little break, and if you're not watching Ladies of London, start now.
Start now so we can talk next week. And Secret Lives, try to watch that. We're going to talk about that. The Real World,
Southern Charms reunion.
Something that's what we should do. We should list what we're going to watch, then people can watch it.
I am.
Look at us talking through this podcast as we're talking to the audience.
We're outlining
You guys are finding out what we're doing in real time.
Also, Southern Hospitality. We haven't talked about that yet, but I
have a friend who said it's like the best. Loves it.
Very like early days of Vanderpump Rules coded in a good way.
Okay, I'm in.
Yes.
Twist my arm.
Yes, and
to watch more TV.
There's some crossover happening with the Southern Charm cast currently. There's some rumors. So I think it's worth watching if you're not. So catch up on those if you want to hear us break them down next week. And hopefully you get to just ignore the rest of the world for a second.
That's right. That's how we're going to end today. But we love you all, and we'll see you next week.